Okay, so a few weeks ago I made a video about this place, GAK, Guitar Amplifiers and Keyboards in Brighton. I believe they used to be, and the shop shutting down, and there was loads of speculation about why they'd shut down. Everything just disappeared and there was no warnings, and then we found out what had happened, so I made a bit of a video about that. Then today I was scrolling through the internet as usual, and I found this article on guitarbomb.com. Save independent guitar shops after 2025 GAK closure. And I thought we'd take a look at this today because I've got a few thoughts on this. After GAK's closure, a Brighton guitarist launches the Save Our Guitar Shops campaign, urging support for independent music stores to protect the UK's music scene. A passionate Brighton guitarist, dismayed by the recent closure of the city's iconic music store GAK, has launched a compelling campaign to champion independent guitar shops. Drew Hazelhurst, 45, describes the loss of GAK, which ceased trading in North Road this March, as a shock and a personal blow, prompting him to take action to preserve a vital part of local culture and the broader music industry. So, yeah, I mean, sounds like an honourable cause to be involved in. Save independent guitar shops. Hazelhurst, a dedicated guitarist in his spare time, fondly remembers GAK as an Aladdin's cave due to its extensive selection. It's rare to have a shop that big with that much choice, he reflects. Even if I was ever in town, I would always find time to pop in. I was generally gutted when it went under. He emphasises the importance of such establishments, noting GAK and Resident are the places which retain a bit of Brighton culture. There are so many chain shops now. In response, Hazelhurst has inaugurated the Save Our Guitar Shops campaign. His initiative urges guitarists globally to pledge their support for independent retailers and to reconsider online purchases. The campaign's online platform features profiles of participating shops, a global wall of public pledges from musicians, and a nomination form for other independent stores to join the cause. Now, if I'd have seen this article last week, I'd have been, yeah, good on you, Drew, nice one. I was never ever lucky enough to visit GAK. I did order from them many times. It was one of my go-to shops when I was ordering guitar stuff. And until recently, I've always been one of those guys like support the local bricks and mortar shops before it's too long, or there's going to come a time when we don't have any more guitar shops that we can go in and visit. And I was always that guy. I was always happy to say that and all the rest of it. And then recently, this week, I'm going to admit I've changed my mind. Totally changed my mind. Listen, a few things you might not know about me. Number one, I'm disabled. I suffer from really bad arthritis. Now, I have good days and I have bad days. I mean, there's days that I can't, even stand up. And there's other days I can get around a bit better than others. There are other days I'm in a wheelchair. It's a crazy ride. But anyway, I was feeling okay over the weekend, so I decided that last Monday I would go to Guitar in Glasgow. A bricks and mortar guitar shop. Yeah, I've never been there. For me, it's like it's a good 3-hour round trip, and then you've got parking and petrol and all the rest of it, and it is a big thing for me to go out and go to a guitar store in a city. So I was really excited about going. It's like super excited, more excited than I should have been. And anyway, all I wanted was I was going to Guitar in Glasgow to buy a Digitech drop pedal. Had my eye on one for some time, and I thought, you know what, I'll go over. I looked on Google for Digitech drop pedals, and it said Guitar Glasgow. Didn't check the website, which is my bad. I know I should have checked the website, but Google said, I can get a Digitech drop at Guitar in Glasgow. Now, to my thinking, I mean, I've seen pictures of the place on the web, on the internet, and it's a huge guitar shop. The Digitech drop isn't exactly a niche pedal. It's not like I was going in for, a number 3 Clon Centaur or anything. You know, it's an off-the-shelf pedal. It's a popular pedal. So I went in, and the guy there that served me says like, "Oh, sorry, we don't have one in stock." I was like, oh, "Yeah, I've driven all the way, and you don't have the pedal in stock." But then he proceeded to tell me that they had two at their Camden branch. And I was like, "Well, you know, that's not really a lot of use to me, is it? I've driven all the way to Glasgow." And then it baffled me because the guy said, "Yeah, they're a really, 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 you know, popular pedal. We sell loads of them." I'm like, "Well, why haven't you got any in stock then? You know, if it's something that you sell a lot of." I was confused, so I says, "Right, fair enough." And I ordered the pedal in the store to be delivered to my house the next day. Now, I've driven all the way to a guitar store, and I could have just sat at home and ordered it. I mean, not to mention that the courier lost the parcel the day before yesterday, and I'm supposed to be getting it today, so, you know, I could have ordered it from Thoman's and it would have been here before now. So yeah, while I was at the guitar store, I was like, you know, I'm here, they've got lots of pretty guitars on the wall, so I look around. Now I was really, really, really disappointed with the selection of stuff they had. Seriously, I mean, they had like loads of Gibsons and loads of Fenders, but I mean, it was all like really, really, really expensive stuff. And anybody that knows me, you know, I don't mind a cheaper guitar. I'm happy with a Squier or a, you know, a Jackson, but you know, it was all like Squiers, not Squiers. It was all like Gibsons, Fenders, and Ibanez, and you know, it's just. And as for amps, again, there wasn't like a huge selection. I mean, the place was huge. There was so much empty floor space in there. You know, it looked impressive. It looked fancy, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I haven't been in a guitar store for a while. I don't know if they've changed the way things work, but it just seemed very cold and not inviting. It didn't have that usual, you know, nice warm, welcoming feel, you know, that I expect from a guitar store. No reflection on the staff, or it was just the way the place was set out. It was like really cold and clinical and impersonal. It just wasn't for me, so I won't be going back there. Like I said, I could have saved myself a whole day travelling, wrecking my poor legs, and spending a ton of money on city centre parking if I'd have just ordered it online. So, you know, as far as I can see at the moment, and I mean, that's probably one of the nearest guitar stores to me as well, there's very little benefit for me going, so I will continue to shop online. But, you know, it is a noble cause. I mean, I'm sure there are guitar stores around that, you know, where you know, you would feel comfortable enough in going in and sitting stuff, and they've actually got stuff in stock, but hey, that's just me. Sussex guitar stores. The burgeoning campaign has already garnered support from 4 Sussex-based music shops: Mudpie Music, North Lane Music, and Badlands Guitars in Brighton, alongside Bonner's Music in Eastbourne. Hazelhurst acknowledges the convenience of online shopping, but warns against the potential sleepwalking into guitar shops going. Sleepwalking? He stresses the unique value of in-person shopping for instruments. As a guitarist, if you're going to buy one that really fits you, then you need to hold it and see it. Again, I do agree with that, but again, I know what I like. I mean, I've been playing guitar for many years. I've tried pretty much most guitars. There isn't many that I haven't tried, and I know, you know, I know if I buy an Ibanez RG guitar, I'll like it. I know if I buy a Charvel or a Jackson, I'll like it. I like Strats. I like Squier Strats. I like Fender Strats. So yeah, I kind of know. I don't know. I suppose if you're trying a guitar out that you've never played before, then you know that there is that benefit. But then again, I mean, most of these online shops now have absolutely spectacular returns policies. You know, you buy the guitar again and go, oh, actually this isn't for me. Drew also shares a personal anecdote of an online purchase that didn't meet his expectations, highlighting the importance of physical interaction and expert advice. Yeah, expert advice. Again, I mean, I've been into a lot of guitar shops over the years, maybe over the last 5 years, and expert advice is, I don't know, what one of the things that was maybe a bit thin on the ground. It's also about getting advice and trusting somebody you build a relationship with. Hazelhurst adds, advocating for the community aspect fostered by local shops. I do get what he's saying here, with local shops. I mean, to me, guitar just felt like a very impersonal chain. And I don't know. I just felt very, very let down by the whole thing. But yeah, I mean, I remember the guitar shops of my youth, and they were outstanding. We used to, like, a Saturday was like, you'd spend the whole Saturday just going around the guitar shops and the record shops and stuff. It was great. He passionately connects the survival of these stores to the UK's rich musical heritage. Think of all the amazing bands we've produced in this country. On a little island, we've punched well above our weight in terms of music. And part of why is because we've got all these little guitar shops dotted around the country. Our music industry would suffer without them. I don't know. I mean, I can see the point of having guitar shops, and I could see us managing without them. This I hate. This the YouTuber face thumbnail. I will never do that, ever. I promise. I will never do that face on a YouTube thumbnail. As a guitarist and a musician, I have a personal link to GAK in Brighton because I worked there in the late 90s, and before that I always used the fledgling store for all my guitar needs. Yeah, I think if you've got a community store like that, and it's got a history, they're the ones that we need to keep going. GAK started out as a one-man market store run by Gary Marshall just behind the main store, was eventually situated and was frequented by musicians from all over the Sussex area. I still own and use the Washburn guitar tuner I purchased at the store when it was that small marketplace. Eventually I ended up working at GAK myself, having previously worked at X Music in Brighton, which sadly closed. The owner of GAK invited me to come and work for him. I've always gone on record and stated that Gary was the best boss I've ever had, and that stands to this day. Working at the store, I met some amazing musicians, played some exceptional guitars, met many famous guitarists. I'll never forget the day Peter Green walked in and the manager asked if I wanted to come and jam with him in the studio. GAK was loved by the local musicians, so when it closed down, it sent shockwaves through the community and worldwide. Not going to go over that, so it is, I've told that story about GAK closing down. Support your local guitar stores these days. Live in the southwest in Devon, my local independent guitar stores, WM Guitars in Ashburton and Rock City, small independent store that just opened in Tiverton. Both of these guitar stores are owned and run by passionate guitarists and the type of small businesses that need our support. Yeah, the small businesses run by independent guitarists. Yeah, absolutely. Small stores like these are my hunting grounds for vintage guitar deals and rare and unusual guitars. I mean, yeah, marketplace is great for that. Now, I'm more of a fan of the second-hand market as it stands. Not the one day that I do actually want to go and buy something new, they don't have it, and then they lose the parcel. Well done. But yeah, no. I mean, these smaller stores which are run by passionate guitar players are a completely different animal to these big unpersonal chain stores. And I'm all for them. I don't want to see anybody going bust or anything. I'm a strong advocate of enterprise and business and everything. But if the enterprise and business isn't as good as the service that I can get online, then why should I go to that guitar shop? I mean, nothing's going to change. I mean, they didn't have anything by Behringer. They didn't have any Harley Benton guitars. Yeah, it was all just really high-end Fender and Gibson and Ibanez stuff. And I mean, not everybody's got that kind of money. I don't. You know, is the one of the things. I mean, I had a few spare £100 that I'd have been quite happy to spend, but you know, there was nothing for that. And I mean, the strings were more expensive. The picks were hella more expensive. I don't know. Anyway, jump in the comments and let me know what you think. What's your take on this? I mean, I've had a bad experience with the Guitar Store, and quite frankly, you know, it's put me off going. But like I say, I do realise that you know that there's positives and everything, and like I said, you know, if it's somebody who's passionate about guitar, then great. You know, support your the guitar stores and stuffs. But yeah, this dude here, he's called sorry, my memories. Drew Hazelhurst, and it's the Save Our Guitar Shops campaign. If I can find a link to it, I'll pop it in the description. You can go and check it out. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Do all that YouTube stuff. It really helps the channel out. And if you want to help support the channel, got super chats, memberships, or you can buy some merch. Anyway, thanks again. Take it easy. Peace out.